everyone. Sorry for that abrupt start there. Um, abrupt stop on part 26. One of my cats was throwing up, and Boo Boo hadn't been fed, so he was getting ready to come and jump up. And Boo Boo has to have all three of his feeding stations ready for him at all times. I found it's working better if I have one right by my bed, so he can cuddle and eat. That's working out for both of us. But as he knows I'm protecting my arm, he knows something is wrong. So he will totally try to jump up on my arm. And so I keep it covered like a pillow fort because it's still really sore, to the touch on the shoulder. I mean, I'm doing really good with everything else, but so he likes to go and put his big 14-pound cat butt on my hurt shoulder. And it's never fun. So, um, yeah, that's that. So, had to take a little break. Sorry about that, like I say. So, let me see here because I like to say where I got, and then, okay, so Discovery page 809 is where we are actually at. Boo Boo, I just fed you. I did everything. What do we need now? He's very demanding. You guys know that. Very demanding. You can't. No, that tea is hot. Let's see. Let's see. Boo Boo, be careful. Boo Boo. Come on. I don't want to be a burn victim. Thank you. Um. Usually, he'll go to sleep for part of this, but he's not. And when he walks on the keyboard, then he invariably pushes the lock button, and then it locks all up, and I'll have to grab one of my teenagers and have them help me to figure out my computer and what he's done, and you know what it's like. Um, Hold on, boo. His favorite toy is a tape measure because I list clothes on eBay and have to measure them, so I'm paying attention to a tape measurer. So that's anything that I pay attention to other than him gets attacked. No, no, do not attack my kisses. No, no, you be nice. So my phone, a pen, my laptop, it all gets attacked by him because it's something that I might look at other than looking into his big, beautiful eyes. And so my life with this cat, this particular cat, very, very entertaining, shall we say, entertaining. So without further ado, and thank you for your patience, we are starting on part 26. Our part 25 was pretty short. I'm coming back into here, seeing where we left off. And it was describing the house as the crime scene. Technicians were observing it and documenting it. It says the home is in like new condition with no visible signs of damage and was clean and organized. A walkthrough of the home showed no signs of forced entry at all basement and first floor windows. No doors appeared to have been forced or damaged. And now, one of my friends wrote in they wrote to me at my Tabitha Jane 0 at Gmail address that the type of windows that were in the basement are not the type of windows that we think of when we think of windows that are higher up and whatnot. So the person who wrote to me said that their brother lives in a home very similar um, in Colorado, and the windows are almost like a garden. I think they're called a garden window, where they are they have to have the space where you can crawl out and crawl up out of the windows. So I can't remember, is that called a daylight basement where you have those? I don't remember, but so the windows are not as you think. And then as we hear, there are stairs that go to this basement door. And, there's been a lot of conjecture of if somebody else was coming out of that basement side door. Was that how the alarm was activated 1 minute after Christopher Watts left? I mean, those things suggest to me a second person. And that's why they know that this case could have never went to trial, because it would have been another Casey Anthony. He would have gotten off, because you cannot say that he did this alone. You cannot say there's reasonable doubt. There's reasonable doubt all over this. And there's circumstantial, yes, but there's reasonable doubt. So just want to say that about the basement and first floor windows. Okay, so showing no forced. I mean, obviously, if there was signs of forced entry, they would have found it by now. But they're just documenting that, I think, just to do that. And any home that looks in like new condition after 4 years with 2 little children, something ain't right. Anyway, scene processing. Photos were taken of the scene. Blue Star latent blood reagent was applied to all bathroom fixtures, tub, shower, sink, and toilet, which resulted in no signs of chemiluminescence. Blue Star was also applied at the locations were, W-E-R, instead of where, the searching canines had alerted. Okay, so Blue Star was also applied at the locations where the searching canines had alerted. Well, wonderful that you put it there 2 days later. By the garage and at the top of the basement stairs in the hallway to the mudroom. Okay? Boo! Stop it! Okay, what's wrong with your scratcher? You come over here to your scratcher. And you tell me what's wrong with your scratcher. Why do you need to have my kisses? Why do you need to have hers? She's on hers. This is yours. This is yours. Mommy's gotta work. Okay? Yours? Can you please leave Big Mama's alone? Please? Please leave Big Mama's scratcher alone, okay? Play with your scratcher. There you go. Play with your scratcher. This one. This one. Yep. There you go. There you go. Could you lay down now? Could you lay down? Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Boo. There. Oh, Mama Kisses is a big senior citizen, and she's on her scratcher, which is flat. And he has to have his scratcher at an incline. He's never liked hers. But, of course, now that she is, on it, then he has to have it. Yeah. You'll be nice to her. You'll be nice. Sometimes he's a little Ted Bundy-ish with her. So you gotta be nice and don't do little eyebrows like that and make me sad. It says that there were no signs of chemiluminescence were observed in these areas as well. Prior to testing, positive and negative presumptive tests were done with expected results. Okay, so they did their basics to make sure that everything was working right, blah, 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 blah. The basement stairs in the hallway to the mudroom. Basement stairs in the hallway to the mudroom. So, basement stairs have a door that goes out. Okay, mudroom by the garage. So, if you come in the garage, does it have stairs that go into the mudroom from the garage? And then is there an outside basement exit? It sounds like it, yes. While assisting with the search of the home, I observed in the kitchen trash bed sheets and pillowcases. And this is the thing. He was alone for 2 days. He didn't think to take those things out. I mean, and that's the thing is like, you're going, okay, if he was guilty, wouldn't he be smarter? I mean, those are the things you would not leave in the garbage. Because people just don't throw out their bed sheets and stuff like that. I mean, you save them in the garage for moving day or art project or, whatever, right? Anyway, the sheets and pillowcases were grayish in color with numerous small light blue, light green, lavender-colored squares on the sheets. The bedding was buried beneath other items of trash. Further examination showed the sheet to be a flat sheet and 3 matching pillowcases. What? I mean, this is the thing, is that we expect him to be this genius that pulled this off in such a little time when you have 3 pillowcases and a sheet that are in the garbage, which would add up to exactly anything that he thought would be, or whoever thought would have DNA on them or evidence on them, and here they are in the garbage. And it says stains were observed on the sheets and pillowcases. Okay, what kind of stains? And it's not common to throw them straight away. Okay, then let's see, we're on Discovery page 810, still with Yoakum, and it says the bedding from the kitchen trash was collected by Frederick Police Department. Throughout the home, several electronic items and clothing were located and collected by FPD, Frederick Police Department. CBI cleared the scene on Saratoga Trail at 10:45 hours on August 15, 2018. No evidence was collected by CBI. Okay, so what? They had crime scene tape out there for a little while, then took it down, because if the scene is cleared as soon as it's put up, I guess. And it says scene investigation by Anadarko property. Upon arriving to the Anadarko well site property in Rogan, Colorado, at 18:20 hours on Wednesday, August 15, 2018, several members of the Frederick and Firestone police departments were on scene. CBI agents, investigators M. Saylor and G. Zettner were present, along with several employees of the Anadarko company. I learned that CBI and FPD investigators had utilized the GPS tracking system within C. Watt's work truck to identify the routes Watts had taken the morning that the victims had been reported missing. GPS tracking identified the truck driven by Watts to have traveled to the well site we were currently at. The Anadarko company, as well as the owner of Survey Ranch, had provided written consent for law enforcement to search the property identified by the GPS tracking system in the truck owned by Anadarko. Agent Saylor and Zettner informed me that members of the Firestone PD had utilized a drone to fly over the Anadarko property in Rogan. While the drone was in use, a video feed from the drone showed a sheet on the ground within the fenced area of the Anadarko leased land. The sheet had been compared to the photo I sent to Agent Saylor earlier in the day when the sheets had been discovered in the kitchen trash at the home on Saratoga Trail. According to the investigators on scene, the sheets, colors, and patterns were consistent with one another. Yeah. Investigators on scene also stated that from the video taken from the drone, an area void of vegetation had been located and appeared to have recently been disturbed. Anadarko employees stated that there was no plausible reason for the disturbance on the land. The disturbed area shared common characteristics consistent with the possible clandestine gravesite. Clandestine. It was decided that once the warrant had been signed for the property, CBI would begin the collection of the evidence located around the scene and then begin the excavation of the possible gravesite. CBI would then conduct more extensive, intrusive searches for any additional evidence that could be located within the scene. CSM Maloney and forensic scientist Schroeder arrived to assist with processing the scene at approximately 2,000 hours, so 2,000 hours, which is 8 o'clock p.m. Scene observations says that the Anadarko property is leased property within the Survey Ranch, which is a 35,000-acre cattle ranch located in eastern Weld County, Colorado. The leased property, known as Oil Tank Field Survey 1319, GPS coordinates 40.216, 24374, TAC 104, TAC 36667, can't make it up, There's a 666 in there. Due north of I-76 and 3 mile north of the town of Rogan, is used for the extraction, collection, and storage of raw crude oil from local oil wells and pumps. Okay. I can't believe the 666. Not the first time I've seen it in here. The Anadarko well site was located approximately 9 miles north of Rogan, Colorado, along dirt roads and dirt two-track trails. The site itself is a 3 to 4 acre property fenced with barbed wire and secured by a locked gate on the west end. The topography and geofeatures consist of sandy, dry soil with sparse native vegetation and dry pasture rangeland for livestock. No structures other than oil collection tanks, pumping equipment, and agricultural infrastructure are visible in any direction for several miles. Within the fenced area were 2 large tanks approximately 20 feet in height and 12 foot in diameter. Each tank is equipped to hold approximately 400 barrels of crude oil, which is the equivalent of 16,800 gallons. Also within the site was a wellhead, pumping facilities, waste collection, and venting pressurization equipment. Don't we now know more about oil and battery sites than we ever thought we would know? Within the site, numerous safety precautions and procedures are in place due to the toxic vapors and the volatility of the crude oil and gas. I mean, that's my thing. I don't get how he was out there with no protection and no. At the site, numerous vehicles were parked within the fence perimeter. Due to diminishing daylight, auxiliary lighting was brought into the scene by Anadarko. Located to the south and east of the wellhead was an area that appeared to have been recently excavated and filled back in. The area appeared to be approximately 8 feet by 14 feet in diameter. Living foliage was observed partially buried on and under the uneven ground. Once the search warrant for the property had been confirmed to have been signed, a more thorough search of the property was done. Items of evidence located were collected and packaged by myself and F.S. Shorter. Scene processing. Photos were taken of the scene with and without markers. Measurements were taken through the use of global positioning, GPS polar coordinates, and a laser measuring device. Blue Star latent blood reagent was applied to the thief hatch of each tank after positive and negative presumptive tests of the reagent had been done with expected results. No chemiluminescence was observed on each tank or the catwalk connecting the tanks. On the north edge of the excavated plot was a rusted rake head. The rake had been placed with the handle attachment portion buried into the ground. To the east of the plot was a wooden tool handle, as well as a piece of metal that was consistent to connecting a rake head to a rake handle. I mean, honestly, if you're trying to get caught, this is what you would do. On the property were 2 black plastic bags. One bag was located to the west of the excavated plot, while the bag was located to the south. To the south of the black plastic bag was a bed sheet. The sheet was a fitted sheet consistent with the same pattern and colors of the sheet I observed in the kitchen trash at the home on Saratoga Trail. Okay, with this alone, they didn't need for him to say anything. You match up the sheets, you match up that. It's a done deal. I mean, what kind of super talent do they think that the Tamburglar had here? The Tamburglar made it worse by the fact that between the dad and Christopher Watts, they mumbled and stumbled and said the word lawyer no less than 6 times before she continued to massage him. And then he said that he did something but he didn't say that he did everything. I mean, this could have been done much more professionally, in my opinion, based on this kind of evidence. I don't understand why he would have left the rake, or whoever would have left the rake like that, and the plastic bags, and the matching sheets. Why wouldn't he have made the bed with different sheets and thrown the sheets in a dumpster, donated them to Goodwill? What was he thinking? Oh. As the search of the site continued, I observed several strands of suspected hair attached to the interior flange of the top hatch, leaf hatch, on the easternmost crude oil storage tank. After the collection of the visible evidence, CSM Maloney and I began the excavation of the suspected grave site. Approximately 9 inches below the surface grade, CSM Maloney and I located the adult female victim believed to be Shanann Watts. Okay, now this does state the way that she was found, so if you are a little bit sensitive about content, why don't you go get yourself a mug of tea just like I'm having and come back in just a second, okay? Give you a second to walk away and come back. Okay, the victim was in a fetal position with her knees pulled up to her chest at the bottom of the grave and her feet directed up towards the top of the grave. Her chest and face primarily was facing down into the ground while her back was oriented up. Her head was towards the west while her feet were towards the east. Her left arm was extended to the east alongside of her head. She was wearing a blue pair of underwear and a light-colored shirt. You have to be one evil, twisted SOB to there you go, Freudian slip, to bury somebody face down. You don't do that. You just do not do that. I mean, this is horrible. Like I say, with this, these kinds of things coming out as flat facts, I think are a little bit more understandable to see how he is definitely not innocent. He had something to do with this. I'm not saying that he didn't. I just don't think that he did it alone, number one. And I don't think that he would have done it had the pressure and the stress in that house not have been a pressure cooker. That there are factors here. That this isn't some guy losing it because he had an affair. There is the study of victimology for a reason. And when on the surface it looks like she had no factors of being a victim whatsoever, that doesn't give us the truth, and it doesn't give us the facts, and it doesn't give us the data. When you look into the study of victimology and the stress between couples and the stress level and the higher risk of lying, cheating, being verbally, psychologically abusive, and on, then that raises your overall score of being a victim to a higher category. And then we do have the domestic violence component. We have separation violence. We also have, if you are a pregnant woman, that you are how many more times likely to be a victim of domestic violence, right? So you have those two factors. You got to look at those. But then you say, they had been talking for weeks about the separation. So there's not, oh, this big separation assault here. But it's important to look at all of it, understand, and who are listening, know what things to look out for in the future in situations like this. I mean, just awful. Awful in so many ways to have buried her though like this. I say I need to grab like something to figure this out, because face down in a fetal position, your knees pulled up to your chest. There is a certain way of strangling somebody that way. It's called burking. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And I'm surprised that that wasn't brought up, being the position she was in. Because if she was held in that position, like put in a garbage barrel or something, and she suffocated in that manner, that's a consideration with this positioning, because you have rigor mortis and you have liver mortis. So her body would have relaxed at some point. I mean, and then put back into this position. It doesn't make any sense. So your knees pulled up to the grave. Okay, let's think about this. You're in a fetal position, face down. So, and her feet were directed up towards the top of the grave. Okay. Chest and face primarily facing down. Back is oriented up. Head is towards the west, so her head was turned, while her feet were towards the east. Well, how are your feet towards the east when it just said that your feet are directed up towards the top of the grave? Left arm extended to the east alongside of her head. That's like trying to avoid somebody hitting you. This is weird. And I mean, she must have been unalived so fast and then put in this grave so fast that her body did not have time to go into liver or rigor mortis. Weird. Oh, man. I'm still trying to picture it. I don't get it. And then what happened to her bra? Because I thought that it said that she was wearing a bra. Because it says the victim was wearing a blue pair of underwear and a light colored shirt. Thought she had a bra on as well. And then it says the depth of the grave where the body was removed was approximately 27 inches in depth. Okay. 27 inches in depth. I'll play your silly game here. Okay, so we go down here. We go 27. So we go 27 inches in depth. 27 inches. The Weld County coroner took possession of the victim at 00:20 hours, so 20 minutes after midnight on Thursday, August 16th. All items of evidence collected at the Anadarko site on Wednesday, August 15th, were transferred to Detective Baumhover at 00:39 hours on Thursday. Okay, so she was reported missing Monday morning. And by Wednesday night, everybody was located. And Mama Roo had called how many times complaining about what they weren't doing fast enough, and called the FBI on them. Okay. 27 inches. So, dug a grave 27 inches in depth. Why aren't there any cameras out here at these oil sites? I mean, you would think that there would be just some basics to make sure that people aren't doing anything weird. Let's see here. CBI remained on scene throughout the night as part of scene security. Then Anadarko, day 2, August 16th, 2018, in the scene processing. Images taken through the use of a drone were taken prior to the arrival of all investigators and support personnel to the scene at approximately 0730 hours. At approximately 1000 hours, which is 10 in the morning, on Thursday, August 16th, the processing of unloading the contents of the tanks in search of the 2 juvenile female victims and other evidence began. Okay, so Wednesday night they knew everything, and then Thursday in the day is when they got the girls. Wednesday night they got her. Anadarko employees and their subcontractors began the process of unloading and emptying the tanks. This consisted of draining the tanks through a gravity-fed line at the base of each tank into a collection tray 8 by 3 by 6. The tray was then emptied through a 4-inch hose with an attached 3/8-inch strainer into a vacuum system attached to a tanker truck. Once the tanker truck had been filled and no items of evidence had been identified during the course of draining the tank and filling the truck was released with its contents from the scene. Okay. Once the tanks were empty, entry to the tanks for body recovery could only be done by specially trained and certified personnel. Entry and recovery was done by the Colorado State Patrol CSP Hazardous Material Team through a side hatch located near the bottom side of the tank. Entry into the tank could only be done through the use of a self-contained breathing apparatus and full hazardous material fire protection gear. Atmospheric conditions as well as volatile flash points were monitored by Anadarko employees as well as CSP Hazardous Material Team. And I know that we went through all of this, like I say, so it's just so repetitive. Now it says the victims. Upon completion of emptying the east tank, a juvenile female victim believed to be Celeste Watts was found buried in crude oil sludge at the bottom of the east tank. The victim was recovered by CSP and was wearing an orange-pink colored shirt, shorts, and a diaper with no shoes or socks. After the recovery of the victim from the east tank, the west tank was drained under the same procedural guidelines. Again, found in the bottom of the tank in the crude oil sludge was the second juvenile female victim, believed to be Bella Watts. The victim was wearing a pink multicolored shirt and shorts, no shoes or socks. The tanks were both searched for additional evidence by CSP, and no additional evidence was located. The waste and overflow tank directly to the east of both tanks was visually searched for additional evidence. No evidence was identified or observed. A line search was conducted by CSM Maloney using law enforcement personnel with the fenced area of the Anadarko scene. Line searches were also conducted outside of the fenced Anadarko leased property in the areas to the north and the west of the tanks. During this search, a possible portion of the rake was located. All items of evidence collected at the Anadarko site on Thursday, August 16th, were transferred to Detective Baumhover at 18:17 hours on Thursday, August 16th of 2018. CBI cleared the scene at the Anadarko site at 18:40 hours on August 16th, 2018. If he planned this, why wouldn't he have had a shovel? Scene investigation vehicles. On Tuesday, August 21st, 2018, at 10 o'clock hours, myself and FSK Henson arrived at 241 to 245 Oak Street in Frederick, Colorado, to process and execute a search warrant for the two vehicles which possibly have been used to transport the deceased victims in the case. Present at the impound lot was Detective Baumhover and Officer S. Wally from FPD. After a brief discussion, it was decided that CBI would photograph, collect, and package all evidence located. CBI would also use adhesive-based rollers and collect any possible hairs, fibers, or other trace evidence from the Ford truck in an attempt to determine any recent possible occupants of the vehicle. Vehicles, Ford truck and Lexus 350, were being stored at B&L Repair and Tire located at 245 Oak Street, Frederick, Colorado. The Lexus SUV was at an indoor impound lot west of the property at 247 3rd Street, Frederick, Colorado. Both properties are under the same ownership and control. A 6-foot chain link fence surrounds the property to the west of the building that faces Oak Street. Access and entry to the lot is controlled by B&L Repair and Tire through the office on the Oak Street side, as well as a locked gate on the 3rd Street side. The building on 3rd Street is locked and accessed only with assistance from B&L Repair and Tire. The impound facility is a contracted vehicle impound lot with the FPD. Scene observations. Okay. My throat is getting more and more sore, even though I'm drinking tea with honey. If I am sick again, I'm going to be so mad. Vehicles parked outdoors in the locked and secure impound lot to the west of 245 Oak Street, along with several other vehicles. The truck had been exposed to rain showers earlier in the week. The truck was in good condition with no obvious signs of damage. The doors were locked and the window glass was not broken. The truck was an alternative fuel truck powered with compressed natural gas. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was fueled with natural gas. That's kind of cool. The doors to the truck had been secured with evidence tape, and upon inspection, the tape and seals were intact and not broken. Scene processing. In the bed of the truck were affixed toolboxes and fuel tanks, hose implements, as well as miscellaneous hand tools, which included a round point shovel, a square point shovel, and a sickle, were identified and collected. Also within the bed of the truck was a partially full gas can and a fire extinguisher. Okay, if you had a shovel, why didn't you do that? Did you just run around with a sickle and play the Grim Reaper? Like, what the hell? Why would you use a rake? Oh, maybe he dug and then he used the rake to kind of even out everything on top to make it look like it hadn't just been dug. Located in the front passenger compartment of the truck, a roll of black plastic bags was observed and collected from the front passenger side floorboard. Okay, remember when it said that there was 2 black garbage bags at the scene? I didn't see that they took those and processed those. I wonder why they did not. Because if they could have corroborated those black bags with this roll of black bags and shown whether those were Anadarko property or if those were, like trash bags that you buy, personally bought, and then if the bags had any trace of DNA inside of them, that would have also been relevant, I would have thought. But maybe the Tamburglar said, nah, just toss them. The front driver's seat and front passenger seat were covered with canvas seat covers. From the steering wheel, a possible DNA swab was collected. In the rear seat, there were 2 large plastic bins that contained miscellaneous work materials, safety equipment, personal items, maps, and paperwork. A pair of black rubber boots were located in the floor behind the floor passenger seat. Beneath the rear seat, there were additional miscellaneous tools. Adhesive lifts were collected from the rear seating area and floor. Located in the front passenger side door panel was a green disposable cigarette lighter. He doesn't smoke. Vehicle 2, white 2016 Lexus RX 350. And it has the license and the VIN. The vehicle was parked indoors at a large warehouse located at 247 3rd Street, along with several other vehicles. The vehicle was observed to be in good shape with no visible defects or serious damage. The SUV was unlocked. However, the doors, windows, trunk, and hood had been sealed with evidence seals and were observed to be intact and unbroken. The interior of the vehicle was relatively clean and uncluttered. The rear seat passenger area were 2 car seats affixed and secured in place. Girls' clothing and shoes were noted on the floor along with small toys and a stuffed animal. In the rear cargo area of the vehicle were numerous zippered, empty, duffel-style bags. Wonder what those were. Also located in the cargo area were several items of men's clothing, which included a shirt, socks, underwear, jeans, and a belt. A pair of newer brown leather boots was also observed and collected. He stayed at the friend's house, right? So that's probably what it is from that. I would think. His clothes. Medical paperwork, as well as paperwork collected from the front center console identifying dates and times of travel from Denver International Airport, was also collected. Medical paperwork, huh? All items of evidence collected at the impound facility on Tuesday, August 21st, were transferred to Detective Baumhofer at 13:10 hours on Tuesday, August 21st. So that's Thursday at 1:10 to us civilians. CBI cleared the scene at the Frederick impound lot at 13:30 hours, which would be 1:30, on August 21st of 2018. The scenes were photographed by CBI using a digital camera. Drone images were captured at the beginning and end of day 2 at the Anadarko site. Measurements were taken by CBI through drone software, photogrammetry, as well as through the use of laser distance meter. Okay. And it says in here the photo numbers and all of this stuff and where it was located and the description of everything. Everything is what we've talked about. The only thing different here is that it says the brown boots from the Lexus, and it says a white shirt from the Lexus. So, didn't say white shirt, it said clothes. Okay, so now here we are with the crime scene. On page 713, it has the tanks and then where the vehicles were that had all of the LEO that was recovering the girls. And then let's see here. So it shows where the plastic bags were and the grave, rake head, well head, plastic bag number 2, and the bed sheet. Okay. Dave Yoakum signed it. And then this says an evidence transfer form, and it has, it does say black plastic bags, so they did take those. So the thing are black, so black, 2 black plastic bags, gray and white sheet, a rake head, rake handle, and then the suspected hair from the east tank. And then the partial rake handle is in the next evidence. And then they have the crime scene report. And that's at the medical center in Loveland. It's got report and photographs. Now, this is sensitive content. It is an overview of the autopsies. This is repetitive in that I have already read all of this before. So if it didn't bother you before, we're okay. It's the same thing. If it did bother you before, or if you chose not to listen before, I'm going to let you go and get another cup of tea. And come back in about 5 minutes, maybe. And it says, notification, on Thursday, 16th of August, 2018, the undersigned was called by Colorado Bureau of Investigation, CBI Crime Scene Unit Manager Dave Maloney. I was directed to assist in documenting the autopsies of the 3 victims involved in a homicide investigation. The autopsy was scheduled for 1000 hours, 17 August, at the McKee Medical Center in Loveland, Colorado. I arrived at the medical center at 0945 hours. I met with CBI agent Tammy Lee, members of the district attorney's office, as well as Frederick Police Department, Detective D. Baumhover. The autopsies were conducted by Dr. M. Burson, who was assisted by Jay Weiner, which we found out Joey Weiner is a girl. The autopsy of S. Watts was conducted first. I photographed the victim before and after cleaning. S. Watts' body was in an advanced state of decomposition. She was dressed in a t-shirt, bra, and panties. Okay, so her bra was on. A large protrusion was evident near her vaginal area. The remains of a fetus were visible. The autopsy of B. Watts was conducted next. I photographed the victim before and after cleaning. B. Watts' body was in an advanced state of decomposition. B. Watts was dressed in a onesie and underwear. The autopsy of C. Watts was conducted next. I photographed the victim before and after cleaning. C. Watts' body was dressed in a diaper, underwear, and a t-shirt. C. Watts' body was in an advanced state of decomposition. As each autopsy was conducted, the victim's clothing was placed in a clean sheet. I photographed the clothing. It was then packaged by Jay Weiner and transferred to the custody of D. Baumhover. All of the autopsies concluded at about 1900 hours. So, okay. Why are they in an advanced state of decomposition in only 3 days? Is it just because of the hot desert? So the next thing is saying about the photos and where they're at. And then the Weld County Office of the District Attorney Officer Report for Incident 18-DA-00135. And is received by Dan Boyle. And the description is Kelly Carmen, who's a witness on 9/12. And it says Kelly Carmen is employed at the WC Sheriff's Office, so Weld County Sheriff's Office. That's in Weld County in North Jail Complex. The address is in Weld County in Greeley, Colorado. What do we have here? The narrative. It says Officer Report for Incident 18-DA-00135. And it says that Dan Boyle lists miscellaneous documents included with this original report. Mail, media, name involvements, Kelly Carmen. The narrative here is to say, this supplement is to document the receipt of Christopher Watts's mail. On 8/22/18, I received from Deputy Kelly Carmen 17 copies, number 1 through number 17, of letters that had been mailed to Watts since his confinement at NJC. As of 9/7/18, I received from Deputy Kelly Carmen 10, number 18 through 28, additional copies of letters Watts has received. The letters consisted of personal letters from people asking to be pen pals, some media requests, and a couple of hate mails. Nothing of evidentiary value can be drawn from the correspondence. While intermittently monitoring Securus Technologies, the record inmate calling system, the defendant has made 10 calls as of 9/19/18. Call 1 was to enroll in the Securus account system. Calls 2 through 4 were to the public defender, which are confidential and not accessible. Call 5 was to his father's number, but no connection was made. Calls 6 through 10 were to the public defender, which are confidential and not accessible. End of report, DB. Okay, this is important because the Watts stated, Seeking the Truth with Dave went to the Wattses. He flew all the way in from the land down under. I don't know if he brought them Vegemite or not, but he went to the Watts, and Cindy and Ronnie became friends with him. He earned that over a period of time. When Cindy talked with him and she agreed to do a video where we could listen live when he was back to the land of Down Under, eating his Vegemite sandwiches, Cindy stated that Christopher was not able to get their mail, that they were writing him letters telling him their concerns. These letters were not given to him until and after the conclusion of his sentencing. So this is important on page 720 of 1960, because what they're saying here is important. What's not being said is if these letters were given to him or if they were held. Now, this call where it says that he called his father but no connection was made is interesting. And then he was not able to talk. He said that they were not able to talk. He was not able to talk to his parents or anything before the sentencing. So this is really, really interesting to me. I wonder how that compares with the letters that were sent versus what he was given. I don't know. Really interesting. So then, that's there. And then, okay, we've got envelopes here of Dear Mr. Watts, I am a producer with ABC News and Good Morning America, and I'm currently in Colorado. Enclosed is my contact information as well as my colleagues. Please let me know if when you would like to be willing to speak with us. Thank you, Kristen Cadell and Sabrina G. Glendale, Colorado. And they did that in handwriting because they're trying to be girls. And it's another one. Let's see here. Dear Mr. Watts, I sent you a letter earlier in the week. As I mentioned, I am a producer for ABC News Good Morning America. After speaking with the jail, they informed me if you are interested in speaking with me, please provide my information below to the jail to your visiting list. Thank you, Kristen Cadell. And it's got all of her stuff, so right there. And then Hannah somebody in the return address. Let's see. Oh, it has this big fancy calligraphy, Chris. Oh. And it says, "Hi there, you're probably wondering who I am and why I'm writing you. So let me try to explain and tell you a little bit about who I am." Let me see if I can get the glasses out, if that will help this be a little more clear. Let me see. Will the glasses help? First off, yeah, it makes it a little more bold. Let's see. First off, I hope this letter finds you getting through the day as best as you can with a smiley face. My name is Hannah, and I've been the property of DOC since June 2014. I've been following your story for the past few days and just really feel the need to tell you that above a complete stranger hoping that you're doing all right and sending you lots of good energy as you start down this path. You are not alone. Without going into too much detail right now, I'm sitting on a 13-year sentence for a financial crime and will see parole in November. However, my case was high profile, and I can tell you right now that the media makes the worst situations into hell. I think that's why I feel this connection to you, because the coverage and assumptions of you in your case already has me feeling irritated for you. I hope that makes sense. I can only offer this advice. And you, Chris, don't talk to any of the media. They all suck. They will beg for interviews to try to come and see you in jail. They'll pull out all of the stops for a few words from you. I will never ask you anything about your case. It has no bearing on why I'm writing to you. And you're such an early initial stage of this, and you cannot be too careful. So from my experience, I can tell you this. It's a tough road, and some days are way harder than others, but you seem like a strong guy, and you get through this. Again, you're not alone, okay? Now, to tell you a little bit about me, I just turned 39 on August 8th. I'm 5'6", 130 pounds, dark brown hair, and green eyes. I'm full-blooded Italian. Before I was a felon, I was a paramedic, and now a certified personal trainer. I love sports, especially football. I'm originally from Nebraska, smiley face. Music and my physical fitness is crazy important to me. I was married to a police officer, but we've been divorced for about 5 years now. Sounds like his type, right? Chris, I really don't have any expectations or hope in writing to you. Of course, I'd love to hear back from you when you're up to it. For some reason, I find myself caring about how you're doing. So all I'm trying to do is say that I'm here. Whether you just want some outside conversation or to get out of your head for a while, I'm here. And since I'll be released this winter, I can help you out from there too. Just ask. Take care, Chris. Truly. Hannah, looks like it says Crawl something. Hannah Crawl. My info. Hannah Crawl. Crall. Well, Hannah Crawl, I've never heard of you, so I don't know who was trying to get you to give interviews. Then Eddie Jimenez from Anaheim, Colorado. Got some fancy freaking type thing there too. Okay. So, dear Chris, I'm sure it's too soon that I decided to write you, but I decided to let you know that no matter what, you can hang in there. I know that the press and media is making you stress the hell out, but remember to keep your head held high and take things powerfully. I am a 17-year-old boy from California, and the reason I'm writing you is you're pretty much everywhere in the media. I can't use my phone without noticing a news post posted about you. I hope that last sentence didn't make you uncomfortable, but I wanted to be real with you. Anyway, I'm not here to write you some insults to make you feel more bad. I mean, I think the media has done that enough. I just wanted to write you and let you know that if you ever need to just correspond like a normal human being, I'm all for it. I am currently a senior in high school and I'll be graduating next year. My major is to be in English because I love literature so much. In fact, I'm in AP Literature Advanced Placement. That's how much literature means to me. Do you have favorite books? My favorite books are The Catcher in the Rye, The Crucible, Lord of the Flies, Of Mice and Men, and many other classics. I do like other books, but I bet they're books you obviously don't know because it's for young adults my age. Here you go. Ready for this, guys? Here we go. Ready? I sip the tea. You need it too. Because ready? Hold on. You knew it was coming. Pardon the pun. Because I am an openly gay student in high school and sometimes it can be stressful. But since I'm graduating in 9 months, I bet it wouldn't matter as much. Are you against homosexuals, by the way? If you are, it's totally okay. You have every right to have an opinion. My favorite music is mostly rock like AC/DC, Green Day, Breaking Benjamin, Nirvana, all those classics. What's your favorite genre of music? Got any favorite films? I'm more of a horror movie type of guy. I love anything suspenseful and spine tingling. Those are the ones that make me favor them. If you have any advice for me as to surviving my senior year of high school, please let me know. I'd like to hear with what you have to say. Well, Chris, I sure do hope they let you read this letter. Not asking for anything, just for your advice. Please hang in there. Hopefully I hear back from you. Eddie V. Now, the reason why I knew is because Trent Bolt had been all over the internet, and so I figured that there would be admirers of Christopher of all types and genders. And then Hearst Television, Mark Albert. Let's see. Washington, D.C. This comes out of here. Hearst Television, Washington News Bureau. Dear Chris, we haven't met before, but you went to high school with my good friend, Mitch Summers. He posted a photo on Facebook yesterday of you and him together, part of 3 couples attending a high school prom. That made me want to reach out, since we have someone we know in common. I've been a reporter for 20 years, and Mitch... something, it's all smeared. Deeply committed for telling a person's story or completely as possible. If you can, something. I'm in the investigation in the death of a Minnesota sailor in Iraq and got answers for that sailor's family when no one else would. Those are the types of stories I do. Well, you know what? Maybe you should come into the story and do the right thing and do the truthful thing and let Christopher's side come out. Oh, Boo. Oh, hi, Boo. What are you doing? Can I still work? The mama still work, honey? What if I got you a chair, Boo? What if I got you a chair next to me? Would you let me work if I did? Would you let me work a little bit more? Can we do that? Oh, Boo, please don't. Please don't. Please, Boo. Ooh, what if I got you a chair? Huh? Yeah, I can pet you from right here. Yeah, please don't walk up. Oh, please don't. Boo, please. Please. Please, you're sharking it. Oh, please. Can we just continue to do this, Boo? Can you watch what Mama does this? Can you be a good boo? Can you be a good boo? Get you a chair. What if Mama got you a chair? Do you want your tape measure? Where is it? Want it? Where is it? It's here. Oh no. Want it? Come here. Oh, goodness sakes. Broken your tape measure. Oh, what one? Sit next to me, Boo? Do you want to sit next to me? Would that make you happy? Would that make you happy? You want to go night-night? You want to sit here? What do you want to do? Is it okay? Will you please not walk on there? What if I did this? Sorry, guys, hold on. I gotta. Woo-hoo. Very much in sync, and he has to lay on me to go to sleep. When he was a kitten, it was on my face. So I had him as a complete kitten on my entire face. And then, as he's gotten bigger, he just has to be on me. And he stretches himself out. And he's a heavy, muscular cat. He is 3 years old and almost 15 pounds. Yeah. Where Kisses and Scoundrella, they are just 5 and 6 pounds each. Come on. Oh, come here, you monkey. Here you go. Thank you. Thank you, Boo. Here, you can sit next to me. Sorry about that, guys. I had to appease the Boo before he ruins everything here. Okay, so this dude is still talking from Hearst Media, and he says, I cannot imagine what's going through your mind these past few days. I'm sure it seems a long way from home, or from, what, long way to something. But I firmly believe that everyone has a story and a side to tell. My dad's family is from Colorado, and we'd drive from California every summer when I was a kid. I know the area well. So if you decide to receive visitors, I'd like to come out and chat, or feel free to correspond via mail or call collect if you feel more comfortable. I look forward to talking more. Mark Albert, Chief National Investigative Correspondent from Hearst. Christopher has not told his story. I mean, it'll be interesting when he does. I hope he does. So yeah, that's from Hearst, Mark Albert. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him. And then we have something from Michael Denson to M. Christopher Watson. Watson. Let's see here. Close. And it says, Dear Mr. Christopher Watson, I just wanted to let you know I have prayed for you, your wife and daughters. I judge no one. I am just a follower of Jesus Christ. Christopher, I hope you know Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Even though you are locked up, you can be free in Jesus. We are all sinners and need God's love and mercy. I know your wife and children are in heaven with Jesus in perfect peace. Christopher, reach out to Jesus. I will keep you in my prayers and thoughts. God bless you and keep you in his hands. In his grip. Michael Danson, looks like. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. John 1:9. I agree with you. And then it looks like Steve Rogers. Chris, you most likely will not respond, but I hope you give me a shot. I do not want to talk about anything. I do not want to talk about this letter may not even get to you in a timely manner because I am thinking they are going to put you on suicide watch. Anyway, I'm Steve, 30, from Southern California. I'm a manager of an auto parts store. Something is telling me to write to you. I do not want to upset you or talk about anything you don't want to talk about. Is there anything I can send you? Do you have money in your books for something or something? Let me know, man. I can't imagine what you're going through, but I'd like to be something. You can talk to me if something something. Do not care about what yo not have done. Just want to be a friend. There you go. All right. Even if you don't want to respond yet, please send a card or two, even if the word is to stop writing. Yay. Till next time, Steve Rogers. There you go. P.S. I'm sure your lawyers are either holding your letters or advising not to respond. I agree with them. Be careful. Your buddy, Steve. Ah, so I wonder why he thought that. Because this is August 26th. And then Dosey. And then, oh, it's Candace. Okay. Dear Chris, hi, my name is Candace. I really hope that you're all right. I'm writing to tell you that I'm really, really sorry about what happened and sure that you need a friend that's on your side. I'm probably going to get tons and tons of backlash, but I do not care. Everyone is saying most nasty, horrible things about you, but I truly do not know in my heart what is so wrong. I've been watching your interviews and I just became attracted to you and your story. Don't ask me why. LOL. Chris, I'm here for you 100%, and I'm so hoping that you get back my letter and you write me back. Know that you don't know me and I don't know you, but I would really hope that one day you and I could meet. Also was wondering if you maybe wanted to be pen pals so you don't feel so alone. In my heart, you're a great guy. And I can't even express my sympathy for you. I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I'm 39 years old, 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls. I live in Broomfield. I'm hoping you accept my letter and write me back. If not, that's okay too, and would totally understand. Love, Candace. And a big frickin' heart, she wrote. That's 2 39-year-old ladies. Now this one is coming from Anadarko. Inmate Chris Watts. From Anadarko. Certified mail. I think it's a letter to fire him. What you doing, boo? Inmate Chris Watts. From Anadarko. That must be weird. Anadarko. Oh, yes, here. I called it. August 16th, 2018. Mr. Watts, the purpose of this letter is to inform you that your employment relationship with Anadarko Petroleum Corporation terminated effective August 15th, 2018. Anadarko Human Resources Department. And they didn't even tell him, like, why. Like, why did you fire me? Let's see here. And then Susanna Copeland. Let's see what Susanna wants to say here. August 23rd, 2018. And this is nicely typed out. Weld County Jail, blah, 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 blah. I mean, just like we would, okay, I'm liking this chick from what I'm gleaning here. And she has this totally nice written, like, you know, when you're in typing class. Well, I'm dating myself here. You know, I'm 50 years old. We'd have that typing class, and we would, you know, write the address of the person that we were writing, and then skip 2 lines, and then address the person, and then start. So here we go. And this chick I like, because you're gonna find out why. Ready? Okay, here goes. Dear Chris, hello to you. I wanted to write to you and tell you that our church is praying for you. I do not know if this letter will even make it to you, but I wanted to give it a try. I'm an advocate against thrive, and all that it stands for. I believe that anything we put into our body that changes the way we feel and think is against what God wants for us. Amen, sister. Amen. I noticed in all of your pictures that you were wearing the Thrive patch, and I'm almost certain it's the reason why things went the way they did. Everyone that takes that drug handles it differently, or so I've been told. Do you think this had anything to do with what happened? I would like to make the public aware of the dangers of this product and what could happen. Please know that everything is going to be all right, and the only thing you need right now is grab the Bible and read God's Word. The Holy Spirit will come into your heart and comfort you. If you can, please write back. Your sister in Christ, Susanna Copeland. Susanna Copeland. You, my sister in Christ, are absolutely what this world needs more of. And I wish that Christopher was thinking with his brain and would have shown his lawyer this, and a good lawyer, high profile, good attorneys offered to take this case. And if they would have taken this case and they would have looked into this and they would have done this and they could have this, but you know what? He didn't. For some reason, he didn't. And I'm so sorry, Susanna Copeland, that I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why he did not think of this. I don't know why his attorneys didn't. It would have raised more reasonable doubt. And reasonable doubt is what we're doing here. Okay? Not that it's our job as defense attorneys to prove anything. That's for the state to do. The state can throw these things at us, and then we can throw it back. But I'm telling you, I would have had your case. Had I have completed law school and been an attorney, I would have probably taken a case like Christopher Watts and done something very differently with it. I don't think there would have been enough bodyguards in the world to have protected me if I would have. And that's probably why no one did. Because of the death threats, probably. Are me and Susanna Copeland the only people who have wondered about what was in that and how different things affect different people? I mean, honestly. Thank you, Susanna Copeland, whoever you are. Sipping back that tea. Sipping back the tea. All right. Oh. This next thing is in this psycho ass handwriting. And it. Oh my god. It is in this psycho handwriting. And it says, "Good luck, Christine. You gonna need it. Die, bitch." Okay. And who was the return address on this? Let me see, bitch hole. This one not have a return address? Doesn't look like it had a return address on this one. And it spelled Christine like T-E-E-N. And I've been disgustingly burping this whole time, and you guys have probably heard it on the thing and been like, what is the problem? It's my 22nd, well, it was tonight, my 22nd year anniversary, wedding anniversary with my husband. And we went out to the Melting Pot. So, that's the fondue restaurant. So, I'm just burping. I'm so sorry. I'm so gross. I mean, I love that, I got this, this lovely speaker. I got the Blue Snowball. And I love it because I think I sound so much clearer. But probably so do my burps. And I'm so sorry. Been burping and burping. So now we got another love letter, looks like, because it's from Linda, heart, Marshall. And Weld County Jail, P.O. Box 758, Greeley, Colorado, right? Doesn't have his inmate number, nothing. And it says, attention, Christopher Watts down here. And it's got some weird writing. Was that the psycho writing? No, let's see. Oh. I can't read this. It's too faded. It's very much a death. Let me see. Hi, Christopher. Something. You really, my soulmate. I love you so much. You. Something in the neighborhood. What will my love, friels of nature like you, blah, blah, blah. I can't see it. Were late at birth when your parents, just like the Romans did to their defective, what? Birth, your parents, just like the Romans did to their defective offspring, you effing freak of nature. Hey, the sick boys in the state pen are already fighting over who gets to you for their very own bitch. Ha ha ha, my uncle who's in something city prison and my dad, they've already renamed you to Christine. Oh, you know what? This is the same person because the E's are the same. So, okay. So this person who did the psycho thing where it said Christine in the writing, it didn't have a return thing. And then this one here has that same kind of weird writing. And it says Linda Hart Marshall, Lakewood, Colorado. Okay. Her address is covered up, but it's 80225. And so it's made to look like a love letter. So the first things, the first sentences make it to look like a love letter. So this psycho thought, oh yeah, if I do this, and he'll think it's a love letter, and he'll read it, and he'll start doing this because yeah, that's what it is. Because it's really faded, so it's hard. It's like written in a weird pencil or something, right? And so it starts out like that, and then as you see the word Christine, Christeen, that's the way that they wrote the E's. So they said they had like 2 death threats or whatever. Well, this is one wacko, and they are writing this out of Lakewood, Colorado 80225, because the postmark confirms it's in Denver, Colorado. Oh, Denver, Colorado 802. It doesn't say the rest of it. So I don't know how far Lakewood is from Denver. This person is trying to obviously conceal themselves a little bit. But, so let's see. Because it's like, you really are a soulmate. I love you so much. My love. So it starts out like that, like right there. And then, like it says, freaking nature, whatever. Like you had late at birth, your parents, like the Romans did to their defective offspring. You fucking freak of nature. Hey, the bitches in the state are already fighting over who gets you for their very own bitch. My uncle, blah, blah, blah. To my dad. Oh, so you got a whole uncle and dad in the pen and everything. And then it's like they've already renamed you to Christine. And it says ha ha ha. They can hardly wait to grab your ugly beard while cornholing you from behind. They also have some, looks like spelling, but it's special. Some special surprises waiting for you, Christine, as well. You just wait. Imagine what's in store for you. Plus, Shanann, Bella, and Celeste will be visiting you in your cell on many nights to come, Christine. The worst is yet to come. Ha ha ha. And it's like all these ha 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 all over, and it says, you fucking loser. Um, Scumbag. And then it says ha 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 ha. And then it says, you pissy coward, cheat, asshole, loser, freak, monster. And looks like that's about it. Oh. And then this one is in really, really small writing. And it says something like, I'm a 37-year-old, something, blah, 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 offer friendship. Something including police. I don't have to discuss the charges with you, blah, 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 something like that. It's just this little postcard. Just another 39-year-old woman offering herself. And then here appears to be a picture of something. And then Tatiana Gregorian from Brooklyn, New York, 11222. And it is postmarked New York, New York. Let's see here. Greetings from New York, Chris. I wanted to send you a greeting card, but I have no idea what the rules are there, so I'm playing it safe with something, and it's really faded as well. At least I hope it's going well. You're probably being bombarded with mail, huh? I hope I haven't invaded your space by reaching out. That's not my intention at all. I found myself thinking a lot about you. I wasn't going to write because of me. Figured it's better when we wanted by you, but I figured life is too short to hold back. So here I am. If you've gotten this far through my letter and you haven't thrown my letter in the trash, thank you. I'm not going to bombard you with questions. I figure you're going to tell you about yourself if you feel up to it. As for me, you can ask me anything you'd like. I prefer, honestly, for starters, I'm 29 years young. I'll be 30 in November 27th. Something really not something to my 20s yet. I don't know. Probably not ready to let go of my 20s yet. I was born in Odessa, Ukraine, and Russian is my first language. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, but I've lived in New York and here for 10 years now. Have you been to New York? I have a love-hate relationship with it, but don't think I'd ever live in Boston again. Have I bored? Okay, now this is more clear. It says, I'd love to tell you more about me. I'm extremely lonely and can use a friend. Are you to tears yet? That was my goal. Kidding, of course. I'm sure. So probably the other thing was like a PS, and it said, have I bored you? Probably to tears yet. And then it says, that was my goal. Just kidding, of course. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm even writing you. I know I'm strange, but I care about you and your situation. I can't help it. Is there anything you need? Can I send you something? Something perhaps? Please let me know. Don't be shy. If you said a book, I don't think you can send anything, ma'am. Not only can you ask me anything, you can ask me for anything. Oh. I know I'm strange, but I care about you and your situation. I can't help it. Is there anything you need? Can I send you something about perhaps? Okay, please let me know and don't be shy. Not only can you ask me anything, but you can ask me for anything. My brother was incarcerated for a long while. He told me getting mail was the highlight of his day, and it put a smile on his face. Well, Chris, I hope I put a smile on your face. I'm here for you. I'll keep writing more, but I just don't know where you stand. So at this point, the ball is in your court. Again, if there's anything I can do for you, large or small, please don't hesitate to ask. Keep your head up and stay strong. Please know there are strangers out there like me who care about you. With friendship, Tatiana Gregorian. And it says, only send one picture as I don't know something, blah, blah, blah. P.S. I've enclosed a picture so you can place a face to the words. I know what you look like, so I thought I'd make it fair. Let me go up and see if that's what that thing was. Let me see. I mean, and this is the thing, is that he didn't know it because he was single for so long because he's so shy. But there would have been so many women who would have loved to have been part of this man's life and would have treated him well. You can see that he had a pure heart. I mean, something happened. We don't know what happened. Something happened. But it's not in his nature. It wasn't. Oh, dang, there's a picture of her. Ooh, she is a hot number. She's in a bikini, and her hand is making sure that her bikini bottom is held in place. I'll say that. So then, for Chris Watts from Tatiana, here I am encouraging a day on the beach. I love the water. Yeah, sure he's looking at the beach. Oh my God. She's a looker. Long torso. A perfect 10. Perfect 10 right there. He could have had Tatiana. All right. And then it says Summer Underwood from Pampa, Texas. Praying for you. Amarillo, Texas, where it's stamped from. And let's see. They don't even put inmate number. And it says, I'm going to put money on your canteen, sweetie. XOXO Summer. Hold your head high. Much love. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, it's got the big words, big letters. So let's say how this goes. Chris, hey sweetie, how are you? Holding up. My name is Summer. I know jail is tough, but keep your head held high. Got this. I'm always here for you. I'll be here for you. I'm just sending some money to you, so to your canteen. I know how it is. Write me back. We can be pals. Love always, Summer Stokes, Underwood. If free phone call me collect. And it has her number. She's got a 1-800 number, it looks like. It says, I'll be waiting on your call or letter. Oh, Summer. Oh, girl. And then Candace Dose. Let's see what she has to say. Dear Chris, hey, this is Candace again. 101, well, I'm going to write you a letter every day until you write me back, and I'm 100% serious. Everyone keeps asking me why I'm writing you, or why I care, or why I am watching all of your interviews, court hearings. They're saying that you are a monster, and that you're a POS, and that you're a psychopath. LMAO. Yes, I know I spelled that wrong. Yeah, you did. You put psychopath. But I've been telling them that they're wrong and that I do not feel the way they do. Well, for what it's worth, I hope that you're okay. I just want to be your friend and talk every now and then, and would like to be on your visitation list if that's even possible. When I first seen your very, very first interview, I was like, oh my God, I have to get to know this guy. Because in my heart, I believe everything you say to everyone. You're probably thinking, oh my God, who is this girl? And why is she so weird? Ha 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 ha. And that's okay, because honestly, who even does what I'm doing, right? Well, I do, and I definitely am not do not make a habit of it, writing to people that are in jail or prison awaiting charges or trial. Honestly, Chris, you're my first LOL to hurt. Much that you write me back. I mean, even if it is like, fuck off, leave me alone at least. I know that you're getting my letters, but if you do write me back, I don't even care what it is. I'll tell you what, I'd be like the happiest girl alive. That's for sure. Big smiley face. Okay, well, I'll let you go. I really hope I hear back from you super soon. Love always, Candace. And then hashtag Team Chris. Hashtag Chris is innocent. Hashtag I love him. Hashtag so cute. And then another heart. But that was August 27th. And then we got Stacey Hernandez who's going to weigh in here. Chris, you do not know me, but I'm a mother from Houston. I have followed what took place, and I am heartbroken over it. In saying this, I believe there's only one person to judge, and I am sure God knows your true heart. You had a beautiful family, and I'm sure in your own way you are dealing with all of this that is taking place. I'm not here to judge you or to ask what went wrong. I believe that something has drawn me to mailing this letter, and in time, I hope I know what that may be. I've never done this before, and I don't know why I'm doing it now. But if all else, I can be here to be a friend in the time of need. Things may get tough, and maybe you just need someone you can talk to or write to whom knows nothing about your life or past, and who truly understands. We make huge mistakes. Oh, will we call that a huge mistake, friends? Well, if I do not hear from you, you may your heart heal in time, and may God watch over you and your beautiful family who are home with him now. Stacy. Well, it was nice, Stacy. All right, let's get to another. Clark in Burnsville, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio. Let's see here. Okay. Now it's just a girl. So, dear Chris, you don't know me, but I think you might want to. My name is Tammy, and I'm from Ohio. Here you go. I'm 36, never married, was close one time, but my career got in the way. No kids, diehard OSU fan, alumni too. Sorry, but I really don't like the Steelers. I will not try to hold that against you. Anyways, I will keep this short because I'm not sure this will even get to you. I just wanted to reach out and be your friend if you like someone who knows nothing about you, therefore will not judge you based on your current situation. Also, I thought you'd want to know what I look like, so I printed a few pics from my Facebook. Yes, it's really me, I promise. I will say this. It seemed rather archaic to print pictures on a printer since we do everything electronically anymore. But for now, it will do. Maybe down the road, if I hear back from you and we start to correspond, I will send you actual pictures. Believe me, I have a zillion. I will tell you this, I'm not fake. I'll never lie to you. I don't want anything from you, and I don't want to discuss your case. I'm also not a crazy person who writes to inmates. First time for everything, I'm actually very nervous. If I never hear a word from you, I will understand. But please don't hesitate to write back if you'd just like to have a new friend. Be strong, Tammy. Tammy Clark? She's got a P.O. box, Burnsville, Ohio. P.S. I don't expect my something to part full page. Oh, I don't expect my pics to print full page. Like I'm right here in your face. Oh, well, yes, she is right there in your face. Um, well, she's got nice teeth, black hair, maybe a B cup. Um, this black hair is a little um, wild in this picture. Again, the beautiful teeth. She's kind of leaning forward there, like, come hither. Now we've got Kim. All right, we got a Kim here. What do we got a Kim here for? Oh, okay, let's see if I can do a Kim. Let's see, I got to get a Kim voice. Chris, hi. So I wanted to reach out to you and maybe see if you wanted to talk. I was in Weld County in 2015 for 120. Blah, blah, blah. I know it's shitty, as I know that having someone to talk to on the outside helps me pass time. So I figured I'd take a shot in the dark and see if you wanted a pen pal. I can see that Kim said that she was in for 120 days at the jail. Oh, for a DUI. That's what it's really faded, but a DUI. So she was in for 120 days for a DUI. So in Kim voice. So I'll introduce myself. I'm Kim. I'm 33. I live in Evans. I work as a bookkeeper for an HCA management company. I've lived in the Greeley area all my life. I'm divorced with 3 kids. I went to Penn State for a soccer scholarship, but tore my ACL my freshman year. So I ended up back here. I lead a completely boring life now. Something. Now. Something. Now, haha. I got arrested once in my life for the DUI and are finally done with that mess. So let's see. So I know the salty environment you're dealing with, shitty environment you're dealing with. I am hoping to brighten your days with some normal conversation to take your mind off of the depressing place you're in. My superstar something is stock up on noodles. Oh, my something my super secret or something to you is stock up on noodles and stay away from the nasty mystery meat at night. Eat breakfast and lunch. Changing your diet to something will also give you a lot of better meals. I'm going to say changing your diet to vegan or vegetarian. I can't tell what that says, but I would think that that would be. But mostly that shit isn't much better. I'll keep this short. Just figured I would reach out and see if you might want to take your mind off of things. Okay. I really hope to hear back from you, but I completely understand if you don't. Have a good day, Kim. Keep your head up. Everybody's saying keep your head up. I'll be like, keep your head on a freaking swizzle or a swivel. NBC News is reaching out to him. Okay. Michelle Holland. Okay. I need to run to the bathroom for a second. I just have to go pee super fast. I'll be back. I'm taking a pee break. Why don't you take one too? I'll see y'all back in 3 minutes. 3 minutes, okay? Hurry up. I'll see you in 3 minutes. Back in 3 minutes. Let me see here. Where do we end up? We ended up with Dear Mr. Watts. Let's see here. Let me see here. Where do we... We are back here with the reporter. And let me see here. Who? Okay. Michelle. It's so blurry. I don't know why. Oh, it says, okay, with Lester Holt. Hold on. I think I can decipher this. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay. If we do this, let's see here. Let me see. It's just, I'm trying to get the right glasses here because I can't clear it up. I have like the reading glasses that make it like, okay, I think I got them. The ones that'll do it, okay. So it says, hi, dear Mr. Watts. I'm Michelle Holland with NBC Network News. I'm currently in Colorado working on your case for NBC's Today Show, NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Hold on. Lester Holt in our prime time news magazine programs. I know through experience the real story is far different from initial reports. There you go. Well, I'm eager to hear your side of the story. I know the timing is very important to your case, and I don't want to do anything that could impact the outcome. I would like you to put me on your visitor list so I can meet you. The meeting would be completely confidential and off the record. It's simply an opportunity for me to introduce myself and let you know what you could expect if you choose to do an interview with us. Here's the information jail personnel asked me to provide. And it has Michelle Holland, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is interesting because, so it gives a contact, and then it says, thanks for your time. I look forward to speaking with you in the near future. Here's the thing, is that was media held off as well as the letters from his parents because they did not want the media to sway what could have possibly been the truth, raised reasonable doubt, because he did not give his side of the story. Okay, now we've got a Hawaiian out here in Lainani, Hawaii, Lanai, in Honolulu. And it says here, letter number 20. Hello, Chris. I just wanted to write and say hello. Okay, I got to do it in Hawaii voice. Let me see here. Because we've got to do aloha. She said hello instead of aloha. That's just not the sign of a true Hawaiian. What you doing, Bowie? Going night night? I got married in Hawaii, so you know I'm an expert in Hawaiians, right? So let's see. Okay, let's be Hawaii girl. Let's be like, wouldn't be Valley girl, but Hawaii girl would be like, hang loose. So like, hello, Chris. I just wanted to write and say hello and introduce myself. I know you're going through a tough time right now, and I hope this letter gives you some hope. He's being really nice. I mean, a nice Hawaiian. I currently live in Hawaii on the island of Maui, but I'm from Longmont originally. I used to be a professional snowboarder back in the day and moved here in 2005. As I write this, we are currently in the middle of a hurricane, so no work today. Equivalent to a good old snow day, lol. The media has built it up to be this huge crazy storm, but only getting a little rain. So anyway, a little about me. I am I work for a vacation rental company, and we have about 20 condos we rent. It's a pretty boring job, but I absolutely love the Broncos, and my favorite music includes Deftones, Jane's Addiction, Filter, and Stick Figure reggae. I'm a single mother with one daughter, and I also have a baby grandson. I'm hoping to move back to Colorado in the next 6 months. I lived in Aspen, Snowman's Village. Snowmass? It says Snowmass. Maybe it's Snowman's. Snowmass. Snowmass Village for about 10 years and call that area home. My goal in reaching out to you is to hopefully form a pen pal friendship and give you something to do, and maybe look forward to receiving my letters. I'm an optimistic person and try to find the good in a situation. I'm sure that deep down you're a wonderful, interesting, and decent man. I like humor and jokes and know firsthand that a good old hearty laugh can lift your spirits. I'd be happy to send you funny and interesting articles and pictures. You must be bored. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I've included a return envelope, paper, and hope to hear back from you anytime. I put a couple of pictures from my town so you can see where I live. I write to you in confidence and promise to keep it that way. Know that I am saying a prayer for you and everyone else, and you will get through this. Is that a good transplanted Hawaiian voice? Oh, and then it says, I dare to say I feel like I've met you before, maybe in Longmont or Aspen. Were you ever here in Maui recently? So strange, but I feel like we crossed paths somewhere. In any case, I'm happy to be of some support for you. Take care and aloha for now. Your friend. And then it says, do you have a TV? Do you need books to read or magazines or even a Bible? Let me know. I am here and I'll send these to you. I'm on your side. Everyone needs someone in their corner. See, this is... Gee, they did not let him have these letters. I bet you they held everything because Cindy has no reason to lie about that. I encourage you all to listen to that episode on Seeking the Truth with Dave where he has the interview with Cindy Watts. It was a couple months ago. And it's really good. It says everything that we've suspected about how there is more to this. And so now this one is from Christian Thomas, P.O. Box in something Pee Wee Valley, Kentucky, Louisville. And let's see what we got here. Chris, hey, let me just start this by addressing the elephant in the room. No, I'm not a creeper or crazy. I think I toyed with writing this not only because of the obvious. You get it. You do get it. But don't get it. But I'll just throw it out there. Your stainless steel toilet sink combo, the list of possibilities are endless. But because my loosest fears will finally be realized and I am in fact crazy, but that's what a debate for another level. Right now, let's get to the purpose of this letter. Keep your head up. You're in the think tank right now. Disregard no even the strongest sufferer, just laying there dwelling on shit, flailing hopeless and whatnot. I was the same way for me. Stories are different and our specific feelings are gonna vary, but for me, I sat in my own room alone and scared, playing my shit over and over, trying to come to terms with what, because of something I made someone was dead, not because of what was gonna happen after a close second on my list of what the fucks. Society tries to push a standard of beliefs onto everyone. Society says that there is a something way to love, to give, to be sorry, something you don't react, and blah 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 blah. Oh no, boo, please no. Then it's wrong. Only if and people, blah, 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 law, capacity of understanding. The majority of America, man, and who presided. I don't know. This is like, it's good handwriting and everything, but it's really hard to read. It's blurred. Let's see. Who's our president? Made better decisions. We've made America, blah, blah, blah. I can't see what this says. Turn your situation into routine. Oh, please wait, honey. I'm sorry. The media's turn your situation into blah, 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 blah. Turn you... I can't tell what this says. And it says, fuck that, fuck them. They don't know who the hell. They don't know about you. Hello, boo. Hi, honey. Time. Let's see. And then I do like Honey Boo Boo. Or maybe that's the other way around. Oh, it says I look like Honey Boo Boo. See, it says I feel like I look like Marilyn Monroe, but if you flipped me inside out, I look like Honey Boo Boo. Or maybe it's the other way around. Spoiler alert. Neither of those two examples any kind of way. It's gonna get even harder before you get any better, as people you thought would be in your corner won't. In fact, most of the people who blah 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 blah, blah completely alone in a blah blah blah. I think the benefit from having a good mental companionship. I know I go through that with sometimes. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I'm in a prison. Okay, so this person is in prison as well. So I totally slipped my mind. Shows you how often I want people that I don't want. I don't know. I can't read it. Oh, God. And then another whole page. It says, honestly, I write my mom and two other people. Before I got arrested, I was at the fence about even writing it out of you. And then firsts. I got left at 36. They say that's the new 26, but I think that's just something we tell ourselves to not feel old. Like, would you tell an ugly person what's on your mind that counts? Something I never say to an ugly person, but I'll feel better. I'd say something to make them feel better. Not just that. I mean, there's that. Anyway, I've got a blah, blah, blah. What's the count to? Blah, 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 blah. I was a scrub sent to suck the lives out of all men. Let's see. One time my dad said I was a succubus sent to suck the lives out of all men. What can you do? That's a nice thing for a dad to say. No wonder his daughter had problems. I hope you got this, read it, and found it to be at least some small relief from all that you're dealing with. Hopefully you want to write back as a possible stuff for blah, blah, blah. And I will only ask you one thing until after you're sentenced and after you're out. I don't want to know about what happened. I would never ask you either, just so you know. And it said something, help you through all this. I saw the deep breaths you took when they read your charges, and I know how alienating this place can be, even if it's just something in BS. Jokes, a letter in BS can make a day better no matter what. Keep your head up. Another head up. Always you have my thoughts and prayers, and remember it's what's inside that counts. Always, Christian. All envelopes must be addressed like P.S. And it says Christian Thomas, P.O. Box, blah, blah, blah. Gotta always have the hashtag always. So that hashtag always has to be with the inmate number. Then it says only white paper. No something or something. And blue or black ink. Oh, I didn't know that. And then Huntersville, North Carolina, somebody's writing up. They've got nice handwriting. Let's see what they say. There's Chris. May I write to you? Check yes or no. Ashley. To this full ass piece of paper. It's got the little box. Check yes or no. Oh, okay. And then we've got our psycho again. Let's see here. So they probably let just these horrifying letters get to him. I'm going to tell you that. Because let me see here. This one, I hate that these are so hard to read. And it's like, you're a monster. Do you in your defense truly believe you have the slightest possibility of Boo Boo, I can see you. He's hiding in the dark and he's going back and forth like where I am trying to go back and forth. His little eyes are going back and forth. And it says, you're a liar. We can start a first of a camera, TV, and through your teeth, pull teeth. And you're a murderer of a beautiful pregnant woman and her two adorable children. If will not take a jury 10 seconds to see through your BS, you are already being called a psychopath, and psychopaths usually end up rotting in jail. Well, let me tell your future. You will be Boo Boo. Stop it. You'll be found guilty and will be sentenced to 3, possibly 4 consecutive life sentences. I'm quite certain you will think that this is your justice, or rather your justice, which will be entirely to your punishment is going to be fully realized when the other inmates learn what you did. They could have committed violent crimes unimaginable, but child abusers and child murderers are considered the lowest form of scum on earth. Your physical abuse will be horrific from the top gang members where you are housed, and that abuse will be brutal. Sounds terrifying, doesn't it? And you will be living it for 3 consecutive life sentences. Oh, I'm so glad this person took the time out. One last question before you go to your something miserable death. Were your victims staring you in the face while you strangled or suffocated them? May God have mercy on your pathetic soul. No one else will. How uplifting. Boo, you're being funny with your eyes. What are you doing? Mommy's reading that. That's why my eyes are going back and forth. Mommy's trying to read this. He's making his eyes go, his full face go back and forth every time I'm going back and forth. Okay. So this one is saying here, hey Chris, I know this is a difficult time for you, and I couldn't even begin to imagine what it's like right now. All I can do is reach out and offer strength, friendship, and condolences. You don't know me. My name is Tony, and I live in Brooklyn, New York. I work for a digital agency in New York City. I'm decent looking, and I'm a hard worker. Even though I live in New York, I still seem to have a lovely life, and it's been hard to connect with people. I go to New York Health for Racket Club, and I've been working out. This is one of the reasons I'm reaching out. They are broadcasting a lot of footage on TV about you. I noticed your incredible transformation. You really hit the gym hard, and made some amazing changes. I'm so inspired and could lose. I would love to know your routine. I'm more on the skinny side, but I bulk up, really excited about my body. It gets stronger. I'm writing to you to offer you friendship if you like. We can write to each other if you like to read. I can send you books from Amazon. Let's see what happens. Tony Trias. Oh, boy. And then we've got Clark in Barnesville, Ohio. Dear Chris, I imagine you might be getting a lot of mail. Hopefully not all negative. I wrote to you a few weeks ago and haven't heard back, so maybe you're not interested in writing right now. See? Here we go. This is proof of what Cindy said. That she wrote a few weeks ago and he hasn't written back. Well, maybe he didn't write back, but what else did he have to do, right? And this is a typewritten one. And I haven't heard back from you, so maybe you're not interested in writing right now. Now that's illegal. I think the inmates are allowed to have their correspondence. So this is proof that he wasn't getting it, I bet. I completely understand, but I told you I'd send you from actual photos, not ones on paper. I feel bad for you because of all the nasty stuff they're saying in the media, but like I said before, I don't want to discuss your case. I'm here to be your friend. Just a simple girl. I live in a small town, have a successful career, lots of friends, and a great family. Why is someone as pretty as me single? Oh, God. Girl, you're the one with the nice teeth. And writing to someone in jail, as far as being single, I recently came out of a bad relationship. I travel quite a bit for my job. Don't laugh. I'm finishing up my master's in psychology, which has taken me quite a few years to accomplish. Well, there you go. Whether I ever practice in the field is what drives me to finish. It's just being able to say I did it. My ex wanting me to get serious really quick, and there's no pretending for me. It's not working. It's time to make a change. I love my independence, but I also enjoy all my great friends and spending time with them. I can tell you more if you'd like to know more, but for right now, I just wanted you to know someone was thinking about you, and and not all like the monster they portray you to be. I hope you enjoy the pictures. As you can tell, some of them I'm blonde, and some dark hair, which is my natural color. I went through one of those phases where I wanted to change, but then I got tired of it. Anyways, stay strong. You have a real friend if you need or want one. I may just keep writing until I hear from you. Until then, take care, Tammy. P.S. I'm only allowed to put 4 pictures in each envelope, so maybe I'll send a few more with pictures in the envelope. Okay, let's see if we get to see these. Oh, girl. I see those teeth, and that's about all I can see. You got a beaded dress there. Oh, yeah. Got some wispy bangs there. Let's see here. What do we got? Oh, got some sunglasses. Oh, I can't really tell what you've got going on there. Kind of a Phantom of the Opera thing there going on. And your teeth. Your teeth are everything, girl. Keep them white. Maybe they're dentures. Oh, and then the Hawaiian girl is writing back. Aloha, Chris. I hope this letter finds you in somewhat good spirits today. Remember, there's always hope, and today might not be the blue I see you. That day that brings you a bit of good news. I'm totally on your side. I hope you received my letter from last week. Okay, there we go. This is proof. He was not getting his letter. Cindy was 100% telling the truth, like I totally thought she was. Boo boo, I see you. My eyes are reading like this because I'm doing something. I see you're trying to keep your cat glowing eyes going back and forth. So funny. And it says, um, I'm totally on your side. I hope you received my letter from last week. I just basically wanted to introduce myself and offer some friendship from over here in Hawaii to give you updates on the hurricane that was barreling down on us. Never hit our island. We just got some really crazy hurricane winds whipped through and had a little rain. I was hoping for more upheaval. LOL, no luck. As I mentioned before, I'm an NFL fan, and although the Broncos suck right now, I kind of started liking the LA Rams. They have Wade Phillips, something, definite coach, whatever, and Talib. Doesn't seem like he belongs in LA. Yes, I do like him though. Is there an NFL team you like? I hope you have a something. And I love Seinfeld reruns. Oh my god. Um, Hi ma'am, aloha. He likes the Steelers. And then she says, "Oh shoot, I didn't know this wasn't allowed. Sorry," because she put her cell phone in. But feel free to call collect if you need to ever. Um, Books. If there's any newspapers or magazines you'd like, I'm hoping to send those to you. Crossword puzzles, etc. Anything to keep you busy and your mind sharp. I know that I personally have done quite a few things in my life that no one would ever believe. Boo. And I'm sure that I would be in jail. But please believe we all get a second chance. Do not be discouraged by the media because we all know our country has a very short attention span. And this will be old news in a few weeks, I promise. Well, not really. It's 4 years now, and here I am in the middle of the night reading Discovery. Anyway, so moving forward, I'll only send you funny, positive articles and comments. I'm not sure if you really want to hear about my life here on Maui or not. I think it's weird no matter where you are in your life that there's always something better, or is that just me? I struggle to be happy and content but can't. I always want what I can't have, and mostly just living anywhere but here. Hawaiians hate white people. It's true. So much hatred in Hawaii. Um, I have to say that it's true because Hawaiians, honestly, do they hate white people. If you're a white person there and you're walking, I'm telling you that I was in Hawaii by myself right after my divorce, and I was walking down the street, and this dude made this disgusting loogie, bit it right on my chest. And he was the kind of guy that would have killed me had I have even acknowledged it. So I had to accept that spit on me and keep walking like nothing happened. That's not the only thing that happened to me as a single white girl in Hawaii, but that's one of the instances of hate. Okay, so then it says, okay, so much for my rant. No sympathy for me, I know. I'm not expecting to hear back from you, at least not yet, and I totally understand. And my purpose in writing you is to solely give you a glimmer of hope and maybe a laugh or a smile. Things have a way of turning around. Try and keep your thoughts positive, my dear. You can get through this. Until next week, keep the faith. Your friend, Laurel. Well, that's nice, Laurel. And then let's see here. What's this next one? And then this thing says you're not alone on the envelope. I think that's from the same one. And then, dear Chris, my name is Ruby, and I've been watching everything about your case. Wow. You have gone through so much. I was so mad at you for what you did. But the more I watched, WAT-CHED, the more I stood, you're not saying what you did was a good thing. I have seen lots of videos about you and your family. I feel for you. I really, really do. I seen some videos that truly pissed me off. The way Shanann treated you was belittling and made you feel like not a man. I'm sad for you that you just didn't walk away. I can say this though, Satan is out tempting so many of us. It's not easy living life these days with so close to the return of Jesus Christ. I can't taste it. I can taste it. I've been studying the Bible and prophecy for 5 years now, and he is hurting so many people. I can say that it's not too late, Chris. I can't imagine how you're feeling at this moment, having nothing but time on your hands. If you'd like to write, that'd be great. I will never share what you write. I'm not out to make a buck. I'm out to save a soul. I like that. Please feel free to write. I'd love to hear from you. By the way, I don't hate you. You're my brother in Christ. Ruby Bucka. She's in Brighton, Colorado. Blessings in this time of trouble. We've got Clark. Okay, so it says, Dear Chris, they sent me back 2 pictures that I printed off the computer because they were more than a 5x7. Hope you at least got your letter, and honestly got me letter. I can't see what it says. I want you to understand you're not alone because of all of the current something, which I'm sure being where you are is why I keep everything hopefully eventually. I want you to know this. I want you to know this. Our writing would stay between us. I'm not looking for anything other than to be your friend. when or something the world has warned against. So this is the one that's written before, but this is really small writing where she wrote this time here. Even if you write and say, hi, I'd like that. Here are a few more pictures, and which I hope will be for your eyes only. Oh, I'm truly thinking of when you feel like this. I have a home number through my cable company, but I'm not sure. You can call collect. You can try me. I'm not always home. If you do and I don't answer, please try again. And then it has her number, and it's from Tammy. Now let's see these. Oh, let's see these for your eyes only. Well, and her wispy bangs and kind of a Gene Simmons hairdo. I think she's the one who said she's full-blooded Italian. I'm half Italian. And this is the same picture you put in the other woman. It's not for his eyes only. I mean, okay, then you just got black hair, beautiful teeth. She looks vibrant. Then here again, I don't know why she has so many pictures of herself. She says she has zillions. Well, maybe it's her frickin' hobby. And then Sandra Gouda, Southern Plains, North Carolina. Wait. Real. Okay. An affidavit presented and prepared by Sandra Gironda, Southern Pines, North Carolina. My personal conversations with Shanann Watts. Our visits include the dates of July 17, 2024 and 31. What is this? It's an affidavit. Okay. This is something I want to get into in the next, because this is a big one. This is a big typewritten letter that is important to what we need to talk about. This has roots in something else I've heard of. So, I'll leave you in that suspense with this, because we're going to do this affidavit on a different day. We are going, it's like 3 in the morning my time. I'm so crazy. Let me see here, because so this one was 2 hours and 20 minutes here, because we're going to end it here. And we're going to end, so we went from 8:09 to 9:26 in the discovery pages. We covered some land. We got from 7:06 to 8:15, which is great. I want to get to that 1,000 milestone soon. So, thank you so much for listening to this one again. We're going to start with this affidavit on 27. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.